The L Bomb. After receiving this prompt, I called my mom, best friend, and roommates and asked them all what a phrase was that they never heard me stop saying. My mom said, "You're in love with a lot of things." I continue to list off all the things I say I love, as my sister yells in the background, making fun of my overuse of loving everything. My best friend of 15 years and my roommates of 15 days both have the same answer. They say I never stop saying I love them. Once I literally replied that I loved that answer, and them, I knew I had my word. They say love is a strong word. I say love is my word. Love using books, movies, songs, cultures, and communities in my hourly vocabulary. You're about to hear how I say, perceive, and rely on the word love. My goal is to show you all how the word love can impact communities like it's impacted mine. Love is such an important word to my community because I grew up with it all around me. It is a way for me to show gratitude and compassion to the people around me, which is why it should be used easily. Count the number of times I say love in this essay, times that by 2, and that's half the amount of times I say it in a day. Growing up in a loving family and community, I was always surrounded by I love yous. Every phone call, text, before school morning, good morning, and good night involved an I love you. My family made sure I always counted my blessings and never let me take anything for granted. So I didn't. Being taught that lesson growing up, I learned to not just show my love, but keep reiterating it over and over and over again. A horrible day where everything went wrong, all I needed was one reassurance of love, because that meant at least one thing was going right. In high school, I was always known as the friend who will just randomly text in the group message just to say I love you guys. I also told all 5 of my roommates I loved them after 4 days of being moved in, and I've told them every single day since, even though sometimes they don't want to hear it. Which leads to another reason I got hooked from my ongoing passion for showing compassion to others. I love to help people. That can mean going on a mission trip to the border of Texas and Mexico to build a house for a family I just met, or just sitting with someone at lunch. That is no one else there. I love to show love. They say love is the purpose for life. It's why we're all here, and why we don't leave. And I agree. That is why I love the word love. I want everyone and everything to have a purpose in the world, and more importantly, in my life. So I adopted this word as my mission to show, say, and give it as much as I could. I've learned to love a lot of things, and by doing that, saying the word love has become more and more casual for me. The word love is normally referred to as the L bomb, for its attacking and strong characteristics, but it's the opposite for me. I think love shouldn't be as scary as it's portrayed to be. If it's true and the purpose of living is love, showing it and feeling it, we need to say it as much as possible. The word can be hard, and not everything is as perfect as it should be, but that's why I try and find the good in it all. And when I do, I can't help but love even the smallest portion of good that comes my way. The casualty of the word love was portrayed perfectly just a few weeks ago as I went through Panhellenic recruitment. Through the long process, I met a friend in my rush group. We ate lunch together maybe twice and talked a total of about 10 times. One day during recruitment, we passed each other on sorority row, talked for 4 seconds, and as we parted, I accidentally told her I loved her, as she wished me good luck. It just came out. I didn't get down on one knee and confess my love for her, but it happened. It was a friendly saying I have been so accustomed to that it just came out naturally. I was so used to partying with my friends and family and yelling I love you to them as they walked away. That's just how I say it, free in every situation. To quote my mom, I really do love everything. I love expressing how much I love everything even more. The word love has been completely immersed in my vocabulary. I love the littlest moments and the big milestones. A few of my recent lovers include pulled pork, my dog, and the view from my dorm, how soft my sheets are, and the chewy ice in the blue. It doesn't matter if I just met you or you're my best friend. I will tell you if and how much I love something whenever and wherever. But the thing I love most is people. Throughout my years of high school, I learned how much I love showing compassion to others, and finding relationships I had with people in my community kept growing. I threw around the L word even more casually than before. My love for showing compassion to people is why I went to be the guidance counselor for high school one day. But knowing me, I might tell all my students I love them after the first day. My views on the word love and the way I use it is probably the reason countless people say I throw around the word too casually. But to me, that's the only way to do it. My friends and family, and sometimes people I don't even know, tell me I throw around a cherished word too loosely. My biggest naysayer is my older sister. We've always been different, especially in our expression of emotion. I'm the sister that cries at everything, overreacts about most things, and of course loves very deeply. My sister, on the other hand, is more reserved and decides to only show love at cliche times to a slim and select few people. Being around each other a great deal, my sister hears me express my sense of love more than anyone, which leads her to get mad and continually question if my use and frequency of love is real and just. My response to this is, I know it seems like I just don't know what love really means, and by throwing it around too easily, I've lost the meaning of it. But the meaning just gets deeper and wider to me, as I can continue to spread it. For all the love I have received in my life, I have learned to channel it on everyone and everything else. If you learned one thing from this essay about the way I say love, I hope it is not just to randomly tell a stranger on the street that you're in love with them, but to really broaden your meaning of love and remind people and the things that you love how much they mean to you. Sometimes that's all one person needs. Showing extreme affection for even the smallest things is the best way possible. Everyone deserves to be loved and needed in someone's life. And I'm not just talking about people. Go out and tell the stir fry at the Blue how much you love it. I know it can't hear you, but you'll know. I sometimes think it's not just me using the word love, but also the word is using me to make people and the things I love know how much they matter in the world. Life is too short to not enjoy everything to the extreme. So that's why I would never change the frequency, the way, or the importance of the word love in my life. I just love it.